Hello everyone, this is Susie from Ruby Rose Reborns, and I have Finn with me today, and I've been really waiting to get this outfit on him. This is one that I showed back on Sunday last week from Pumpkin Patch, and I had to put it on him. I had bought it specially for him, and it was on sale. I told you about that great sale, which they're still having, by the way. This is 0 to 3 months, and I just wish you could see the quality here. This is I Love You to the Moon and Back, I think. Well, it has a little giraffe on the on a boat in the ocean with the moon, and it came with that and these little shorts. When I first put these on him, I was just dying. They were so cute. They are just the cutest things with the ties. They fit him perfect. This is a 0 to 3 months. He's not that big of a doll. He's like a 21 inch, and then it has his darling little top knot hat. And I know, hi Izzy, it's my baby Izzy, come here. If you can see her, I don't know if you can see her, but this is one of my fur babies. We'll get her in later. Well, yeah, do you like the baby? Do you like the baby, Izzy? I said, it's a baby. She's kind of used to babies around here, or little ones, so she has to investigate all the time. Well, anyway, the other outfit that I got for Sophia, that's the newborn outfit, fit her perfectly. So, I mean, this Pumpkin Patch has become my favorite store. I can tell you that. And Chimboree. But I just love him in this. He came home from his pirate adventure, didn't you, baby? Yeah. He didn't like it. I told him he's not going again. Mom can't deal with that, thinking of him out on all those crazy adventures in that horrible ocean and getting seasick. Well, he just wants to get in something cuddly and homey, and he needs his bottle, and that's what we're going to do right now. And I have his Tommy Tippy bottle, and yes, I love the nipple on this because, wow, it just goes right down so he can have his baba. So we're going to sit here and have his baba, and we're going to talk about a couple of things. And I just thought he needs his baba. He's going to have his little blankie, his puppy blankie, which he loves. Anyway, I'm just going to talk a little bit about doll therapy. First, I'm going to start with dog therapy. That's how I know that Katie from My Little World was talking today about abuse of animals. And she wasn't really addressing what we know as puppy mills and the blatant abuse, but more as people buying dogs and then totally ignoring them, and how that just drives her insane. And then they complain about the vet bills and they do all that. Well, and who knows why they want a dog. And she did mention me in her video as being a breeder of West Highland Terriers. And I have been for years. And it originally started out, I originally started doing that with golden retrievers, and I would go visit the hospitals with my dogs and children's homes, a lot of abused children's homes, and I went to schools to do education on responsible pet ownership. And I did this for a few years, and I did this with my golden retrievers. And then I got to where I wanted quality dogs. And a quality dog costs money. But you can also get a very expensive dog that really isn't a quality dog. So you have to be kind of careful about that. But Then I got to where I started breeding them for an organization called Canine Companions, which is out of San Diego, which is fairly close to me. And they did, they would get the dogs, the puppies, and then they'd train them up from the very beginning, almost like the blind dogs. Dogs for the blind, not blind dogs. And they would train them for people who were physically challenged and needed wheelchairs. So they would train those puppies for that, and it would take about 2 years, and then they would graduate and be placed with their partner. And I had a lot of puppies that went through that program, and I'm proud to say, and some I was able to give, just outright give to them, and I would breed a litter for that purpose, and they would come and they would pick out, most of the time it was just one dog out of the litter, and sometimes it was 2 dogs. And they went, puppies everywhere. One of them's passed away now, it was like 14 years ago, but they did the most amazing things. They'd open refrigerators, answer phones, help her get in the car. I mean, it was just amazing. And the feedback I would get from the new companions, the people that were able to get these dogs, about how those dogs liberated their lives and gave them options that they didn't have before, gave them some freedom. I can't tell you how that touched my heart. And anyway, so I did do dog therapy, and I did that. And then the Goldens, it got to the point where the Goldens had a lot of health issues. Not in my lines. I took very careful, did all the health testing, the heart, the eyes, the elbows, the hips, you name it. And I'd get those tests done before I even bred a litter. And then we'd get those certifications done, and we would have that. But I had so many people calling me and wanting a puppy, and then they were telling me that their puppy, their dog that they had before, had just died, and it was 7 years old from cancer. It was a golden retriever, and it just got to be so sad. And then I just got afraid that it might all catch up with me one day, and my dogs would be dying of cancer as well, and Goldens are number 1. So we talked, my husband and I talked, and we love dogs, absolutely love dogs. And I've always loved Westies, West Highland White Terriers. And originally, we wanted to get into that so we could show these little guys and get involved in the show ring. Well, I got a couple of Westies, and I got some really nice ones, but I actually started out with 2 that weren't very good. And I was sold a bill of goods and paid a lot of money for those puppies. And they grew up and they did not fit the standard of what a Westie should look like or act like. And we ended up fixing them, and I ended up placing them. And because I wasn't going to breed that kind of quality. But then we ended up with Malcolm. And from Malcolm, which was so many years ago, and he's still around here somewhere, sleeping, I think. He was the one that started the whole thing, and he was a wonderful dog, wonderful stud dog, and came from a really incredible breeder that is my very good friend now, and we've done a lot of networking together, and I've hooked up with a few other breeders that are of the same mindset, with the quality. And so we did start with the show, but we ended up not continuing with that because, like the tag that is Reborn a hobby or a competition? It's the same with dogs, and it must be the nature of man, because what we thought was just a wonderful, fun hobby, going to the dog shows and being as naive as we were and getting handlers and paying money and all this, everybody looked on us as competition. It was always competition, always looking at your dog. people were not nice. They just were not nice. Now, there is every once in a while a nice person that's involved in it, but most of the time it's very political, and it was just not a group of people that I wanted to hang around with. So we stopped that, and I just continued from that point, having a litter, maybe two, most of the time just one a year from Malcolm. And Malcolm has been sought after by show people to be a stud, and his puppies as well. So his puppies have gone on to do some things, and that's fine. They want to do that, they can do it. But like Katie said, you know, the screening process is amazing to get one of my puppies. And I have applications to fill out. All my litters are reserved and sold before they're born. And, you know, I'm very, very choosy. Are you stay-at-home mom? I mean, is there somebody that's going to be there all day with the dog and you're not working? You know, is your husband working? Are you working and one of you staying home, or do you work from home? Because Katie mentioned you can't put a dog in a crate for 8 hours. And Westies are not good being left by themselves. I mean, they love other dogs. I had a dog. I mean, when we went on our vacation, we had somebody come in here and stay. A young person that came over, met our dogs. She loved them. They loved her. We could trust her explicitly. But we wanted them to have that opportunity to have someone in their home, because they always have us. My husband is a stay-at-home dad right now. He's retired. I'm still working, but he's home with them all the time. And even though they have each other, it doesn't matter. They love the human companionship. Anyway, enough of that. I don't even know why I kept going on about it. But like dog therapy, that I have seen amazing things happen to people that have that I've personally experienced, seeing patients in hospitals, seeing abused children in a home for abused children absolutely open up with a dog around. And their dogs were used also in therapy sessions with their psychiatrist or therapist, and whereas maybe they wouldn't open up before, but with the dog there, the dog gave them comfort and was able to bring out things that needed to be brought out. So how does this relate to dolls? Well, I've experienced this firsthand. Last week, I had a terrible time at work. I think it was on Thursday, and usually everything goes very swell, but I had an interaction with somebody who was having a really rough day and just took it out on me. And of course, what happens, I come home and I try to take it out on my husband, poor guy. Well, anyway, he left that night. He's had a band practice. He has a little rock and roll band with his guys' friends. So Thursday is always my night. And so I thought, you know what? And I could not let it go. I kept thinking about what had happened, and it kept bothering me. And then I'd get angry and just, plotting revenge. You know, you name it. And I thought, no, I can't do this. And so I was sitting on the couch, and I just didn't feel like doing anything. I thought I'll just start watching TV. And I couldn't. And I thought, I'm going to go play with my dolls. So I got up, and I went in my room, and I changed out my toddler, and I changed out 2 other babies, and I did a little video, which they weren't very popular from my channel this week, but that didn't matter, because you know what? By the time I got those dolls changed and talked to the dolls, talked to dolls, and got the video done, I came out and uploaded the video to YouTube, and it was all done, and I thought, wow, for an hour there, I didn't think about that problem anymore. I wasn't resentful anymore. I didn't think about it because I was out of myself. I had totally gone out of myself and into something that I love doing. And it was like a role play, and I completely left this part behind me. And it felt so good that by the time I went to bed, I was doing just fine. My husband came home from his little band practice, and I told him about it, and he was saying, well, role play is a very therapeutic thing, and that's why I'm doing this video today with Finn. And I had even said in a previous video of mine that I wouldn't be one that would be feeding the bottles. To me, that was taking it a little too far. Not for anybody else, but for myself. Well, what have I been doing for the last 15 minutes? I've been feeding a bottle and loving it because it's role play. And I've been doing a little looking about that, and role play is healthy. Role play is very therapeutic, and it can really help and really conquer a lot of fears. It can help you become more confident and more assertive. It can help you to be that person you want to be. And you know what? I love my dolls. I love this community. I love doing this. I love it so much. And after Thursday and after today, I just hooked. And so I just wanted to share all that with you. And I hope, like Yvonne had said with my little tulip a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, she had a tag or a thing that said, keep calm and play with dolls. Well, that's how I'm signing off today, is to keep calm, play with your dolls, and when life gets really too much for you, you think, I don't like that person anymore, I don't want to be involved in this, I just need to get away. Well, go in your room, shut your door, change your dolls, play with them, and you're going to feel better when you come out. All right, well, Finn says good night. He's going to go to sleep now, and we're going to do a little burping for him as he's had a lot of bottle, and gonna hug this baby. But it was really great. Thank you very much for watching.